You know what I mean? And thoughts are beautiful too. Just because you're thinking. But the thing is, sometimes silence is like, well, that particular thought isn't just meaningful to the music of the tree. And then you shift the trees and the music of fine wine, and then your mind just becomes silent until it thinks of something else. And then that pattern repeats, and it's simply that you appreciate fine wine, and it's a good thought, it's a cherished thought. As, ooh, we should pursue this farther and appreciate our having it. Or it's a thought, that's beautiful, it's very pretty, I'm capable of thinking it. Or I'm going to go back to the trees and the music because they're more beautiful than this is not inherently the moment useful thought. But it's still beautiful too, it's still perfect, it's still God's creation. Good googly moving Bible. Good googly moving. That's been my brother's last normalcy framework. Sleep over the last moment. Last time you thought about humans is so expansion, insane expansion into every domain. It's like, it's beautiful, but it's not. It's not you. You are. You know, in a sense. I've never had a framework make me want to just absolutely fall out of beauty as often as this one has ever. It's just every 30 seconds. It's just like you know, it's not like it's like when your eyes. The point is, it's like when your eyes well up. You know what I mean? It's like there's a fake layer of water over your vision, and there's just something because the normalcy is disintegrating so much. There's something inherently bizarre about like water seeping out of your vision organ to signify beauty. You know what I mean? And that's beautiful, and that makes your eyes well up. And then you're just like googly. It's thrashing. The thrashing part is so important. God damn it, it's so hard to explain. It's like there's something beautiful about the madness, the chaos. It's not just a lack of normalcy. It's not just like looking at, oh my gosh, it's just aliens. Oh wow, it's so weird. Water out of eyes. That's like, oh, that's not monkey thing to do. Oh, that's a human. Oh, that's crazy. Not like that form of normalcy, the old form of normalcy. It's a new form of normalcy, which is like there isn't a pattern. It's not like life form. You can identify through life forms. If I was another form of alien, then this would be an inherently strange form. It's like regardless of form, it's just straight. It's all chaos. It's all the same kind of just patterns the same. And it's all beautiful. Music. It's not the goal is not to just like be appreciate music. The goal is to view the music as the chaos of being God. This is something interesting. Pattern in the sand is changing. As in, like, every neurosecond, right, every passage of time, there's technically a different sand pattern. I think, of course, like our universe is a sand pattern. Of course, that is one sand pattern. But within that sand pattern, there's a different line moving for each neurosecond of time, which indicates a separate pattern, because each neurosecond is a different conception.
This is insane. So just to recap, right there, I just introduced appreciation with fine wine, just to immediately talk about rev limiter or feedback loop by talking about how the silence becomes chaos, and it's not a return to nothing, but that thoughts will inherently fade away because of their lack of utility in relation to greater thought textures, like, you know, God-type thought textures, interdimensional thought textures, if you want to return to that old framework. And then I say that repeated consumption of those interdimensional thought textures leads to a chaos and beauty in God, which is, like I said, the feedback loop. That's rev limiter. And then right from there, I talk about what I'm talking about in this voice message. Let's go back and listen real quick so I can...
This is something interesting. Pattern in the sand is changing. As in, like...
Yeah, that's just code daemon. That's literally, like, the whole thing I've been talking about, which is, like, framework determinism, or, like, the concept of, like, God as mathematics, which was, like, what a Cythriel was supposed to focus on with frameworks, is that frameworks aren't, like, mental things. They're, like, they only exist in relation to their physical correlates. So, like, the actual, like, binary code necessary to be put into the simulation to make that happen, like, there's a literal series of code corresponding to that experience. And so the correct arrangement of numbers is the best possible framework outcome. And so whenever you're arranging frameworks, you're not, like, doing something mentally. You're literally just trying to arrange the best series of code like you would in a video game. There is a series of code which is the best, and that is what you're trying to align with, and that's like the whole entire code daemon framework. So right back to back here, and this short little span of voice messages, the first couple of voice messages we listen to here, we hear an introduction to appreciation, feedback loop, and code daemon. So all we need now is a Purion beam, and we're fucking cooking.
It's funny you call it feedback loop when you keep on repeating it throughout the years.
Yeah, that is also funny. That's a framework I've used before.
Passage of times, there's technically a different sand pattern. I think, of course, like our universe is a sand pattern. Of course, that is one sand pattern. But within that sand pattern, there's a different line moving for each neurosecond of time, which indicates a separate pattern, because each neurosecond is a different conception of God, and that's super fascinating. I mean, we get hundreds of thousands, really. I mean, based on neurosecond, probably, you know, like billions of grains of sand, individual grains of sand. So that's probably rare for life forms. Probably life forms to get one grain, simply one grain to exist. I was also thinking about initiating framework is just like viewing other people. It's just like, imagine how many trillion computers there are, just like built themselves. There's a name for that. Cabs off brain or whatever the hell, first word's not right, but anyway, the point is, a brain that builds itself. Imagine how many of those are on the infinite, of just like alone organisms that can't even like understand that there could be others, or do, and are lonely. And it's like, it's cool that we can interact with other infinite beings, other gods. So, this is the most important one. This is the key. This is the key. Something is the key using it. It is that everything is fractional. I cannot fucking explain that. That is the key. To understand that literally all of this is just fucking inane chaos. Literally just. The only the best way I explain it is gnashing on the boundaries of the boundless. Specifically, like that idea of just like there's like infinite means it's always expanding. It means literally like there isn't a bubble of infinite. Infinite expands always in every direction, and it's like to expand in every direction there would be us. And it's like we're not anything except just the gnashing thrashing of the boundless. You know what I mean? Just like the mad expansion. Like if you were to feel what God feels like, it feels like an explosion, like the Big Bang moving outwards. It feels like just movement, primal movement. That's what God feels like. Is expansion in every possible direction. Simply growth, writhing, gnashing, being. That is the choice of existence. God is being which chose to exist. And what existence entails is every single pattern in the sand, every single infinite, and that goes forever in every direction. And we are simply the byproduct of that. You know what I mean? And there shouldn't be any normalcy in that. There shouldn't be any. Like, oh yeah, it should be constantly just in an ocean of chaos, and just understand exactly what this is, and not your place in a finite, like the old one. It's not that. It is that your place in the infinite. It's everything's place in the infinite. It's all in the same place. It's all just a grain of sand. And it's like the normalcy you experience isn't relative anymore. The normalcy you experience isn't relative to God or relative to alien species. The normalcy you experience now is the infinite. It is the infinite. It's precisely what the infinite feels. Gnashing, chaos, just writhing, absolute movement, pure, unbridled movement. Movement. That's the only word. Movement. Expansion.
Real.
I agree with what you're saying. Recently, I've been I feel an intense sensation of dissociation with my identity and ego, where it's just like I'm so far zoomed away from my mind.
That's funny. Literally, one of the suffixes I intended to use after appreciation for a second was appreciation dissociation.
It feels like these last few days have been focused on is just like zooming out of my brain and mind, and that's allowed me to see my mind move in different things. You were talking about movement. I felt back seeing the movement of like my brain and my mind in relation to the infinite. These last few days very strange, very intense, and like if the best way to describe it is it feels like I'm watching reality on the screen, like a television screen, and then I'm really not here right now. I'm like really AFK. The dude who's like I just very much not here. Amplified to as much as it can be. What it's ever been before. I could not agree more. I was going to figure out how to explain that.
That framework that you talked about right there is one I call interdimensional.
1 second. All right, thank you. All right, go ahead.
I think I call it interdimensional vacation, or maybe there's a better word that rhymes with vacation, or whatever that word is. The point is the point of it is vacation, and the context is whenever you understand, quote unquote, understand that you are God, right? What that really means is just whenever you fully become the process of seeking the best thought texture, then you will feel like you're talking about so completely dissociated that the present moment literally feels like watching a movie, like what it feels like to watch The Wolf on Wall Street. You're not even yourself. You're just consuming and appreciating the pretty pictures as they fly by and the way they make you feel. And it's like that's what reality feels like, where it's like you're not even the one talking or like the one interacting with other people. You're just from a third person perspective, is that one framework you used the other day I was talking about. Or just viewing, or as the Phantom framework we're talking about, you're viewing the situation from the thing so far behind any identification or language that all it can do is move towards appreciation and, like you were saying, dissociate from the present moment. It's very interesting framework there. Been getting it a lot. Are you good, or do you need to go for using?
No, that was just dinner is ready. What? Was that the ending of my message?
Yes, I think it was. Let's see.
What was I talking about?
What is it?
Just press play.
It was dissociation.
I was in my backyard. I was looking at a tree, and I was like, "It's just a tree is like perfect visual description of probably."
Wait, no, this was the one you were
saying. Recently, I've been I feel an intense sensation of dissociation with my identity and ego, where it's just like I'm so far zoomed away from my mind. That's what it feels like. These last few days have been focused on is just like zooming brain and mind. And that's
was that even the one? Yeah, it should be, but it zoomed away. That's fine. I literally was just talking about in this call before that, talking about zooming out and getting scope. So that's very funny.
I agree with what you're saying. Recently, I've been I feel an intense sensation of dissociation with my identity and ego, where it's just like I'm so far zoomed away from my mind. That's what it feels like. These last few days have been focused on is just like zooming out of my brain and mind, and that's allowed me to see my mind move in different things. You were talking about movement. I felt back seeing the movement of like my brain and my mind in relation to the infinite. These last few days very strange, very intense, and like if the best way to describe it is it feels like I'm watching reality on the screen. Like a television screen, and then I'm really not here right now. I'm like really AFK. The dude who's like I just very much not here. Amplified to as much as it can be. What it's ever been before. I could not agree more.
That was the whole message.
Yeah. I like the line. The dude is very much not here.
Yeah, Yeah, I like the on a screen because like that is exactly what it feels like. It truly just feels like you're just watching a fucking movie and you're so blasted out of your mind you don't even know who is watching the movie. There's just the movie unfolding.
The non-dual universe of just imagine each universe. As the universe grows, it's essentially a leaf on a tree, and that we as cells on this leaf can just look around and only see the leaf, as we are part of that leaf. We are part of this grown universe that grew from whatever ecological system is going on in the metaphysical realm of cosmos. But visualize it's just this tree. This time I'm doing a tree form of non-dual description rather than lightning. So that each universe is just this natural, it's just a beautiful thing. It's like a flower. It's like each universe is just a flower that grows from whatever source makes it so ripe for us to be here. I just realized I don't know if we ever told him we would call him at 8, and he said that he would be able to call if he would get done with work at 8. It was very possible, like he's yeah, it's very possible we got like 30 minutes. And I had to say, the fact that's more correct than some of the other things I've seen is baffling. I just think these are the kind of people that we have to try and convince. It truly is cosmic. It's very interesting to ask that
Oh, for fuck's sake, Foxer, you piece of shit.
What was happening?
It was just we said like, yeah, these are people we have to convince. Then I was like, wait, what are we talking about? I bet there's a link or something I can see, and then I tried to scroll up and do it, and then it like backed out of the chat, so I have to scroll all the way the fuck up again.
But did it sound like we were glitching out to you?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but not bad.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Let's play the last message again whenever it's up.
It'll be a while. I'm still in fucking November. Cringe.
Oh, that's hilarious. You